Hi, Suey here. I was told by my fellow K-pop converters that I needed to do a rant. Today I had a bit of an identity crisis because there's so many things going on and I'm just like wondering where we fit into this whole YouTube / K-pop community, especially me because I'm old, I'm a grandma, and we don't talk about all this on our channel very much because it doesn't seem to come up. Like, we forget to explain the dynamics and the family situation. But we started the channel, and we do it with Megs, who's my sister, and I do it with Toto, who is my daughter, and I do it with Rin, who is Meg's friend. And Toto and Rin fit into the correct demographics for this fandom, and Megs is barely out of the correct demographic. And then there's me, who is way, 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 way beyond the correct demographic. And today when we were looking at Twitter, do you ever go on Twitter and by the time you scroll through things, either you're depressed or you're like overwhelmed with the stuff you see there, or are like, oh my gosh, I don't even know where I fit in because there's so many things and so many people and so many conversations. And Twitter, I always said Twitter is like going to a party where people are all talking, and the idea is that you have to jump into a conversation and talk. And that's not easy to do in real life or on Twitter. But sometimes you go on Twitter and you come away feeling like, what am I even doing here? So I kind of had that feeling today where I thought, what am I even doing here? We went to a conference last weekend. I think we did a vlog about it, and I'm all pumped up, and I feel like that was all for naught because I feel like our channel, I guess all channels have ups and downs, and I feel like our channel is having a really bad sluggish moment right now after we've come back from this conference all pumped up and ready to do all these awesome wonderful things, and it's not working. I'm sure other people feel that way, but anyway, so when I went on Twitter and I felt like I was this little small person in this huge community, and people were talking about KCON coming up, and there's gonna be this awesome panel of K-poppers over 30, and then that just started me thinking about my soapbox of being an old K-popper, and actually just being an old person in general, but still loving things. And I get on that soapbox all the time because I don't understand how people think that once you get old, then you stop loving things, or you stop feeling things, or you stop being into things. And this is a subject that comes up all the time, and I've noticed I've had to deal with it a lot since I'm getting older. But I don't change. Like, I don't feel any different, and I don't change what I like. My likes don't suddenly become different. I always feel like I gotta defend myself. And the subject comes up, this magical 30 age, where everybody thinks that under 30 you're okay to like things, do things, participate in things. A couple years ago, so I had a book blog, and there was a post I did on my blog where I talked about liking to still be a blogger after 30, to still like to read YA books after 30. And some people thought that was weird, that you still like to do that kind of stuff after you turn 30. And now I have to deal with the whole K-pop thing, which is even worse. Like, it's the most unheard of thing to like not only after 30, but after way beyond 30. So I always find it weird that I'm in this situation where I have to, or I feel like I have to, defend the fact that no matter how old I am, I can still like things. I can still like this music. I can still find the idols amazing. I can still go jump up and down in the mosh pit of a Monsta X concert and be fine. And hopefully nobody really cares how old people are there, and that everybody bonds together whether or not you're old or not. I'm going to find it interesting, this whole, I don't know, going to K-Con's gonna be interesting to see. And I've already gone to a bunch of concerts, and I don't even know, I forget that I'm supposed to be old there, and that I might stand out a little bit. And so maybe the K-Con will be the same way, where I don't remember that it's weird, you know, until it's pointed out. And then at the same time, I guess that I want to make it so that this whole being an old K-popper thing is sort of my thing. And so, and I should talk about it more, even though like I tell you, I forget. I totally forget all the time that it's weird until somebody brings it up, or until there's a classic K-Con about it, or until I'm talking with people and they're like, oh my gosh, they're just babies. They're 22 years old and I'm 28, or I'm 29, or I'm 30, and oh my gosh. And then I sit there going, so you think it's weird? What am I supposed to think? Huh. So then I remember, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm this weird thing that is part of this whole fandom, and doing and acting and feeling the same way everybody else, but being old is just weird. And then the other thing I noticed on Twitter today is that there's the whole BTS Love Yourself project going on. Love Yourself project. So I figured this video is right up there with that project, in the fact that I should just embrace that, which is what I've done, obviously. Otherwise, why would I even be on this channel reacting to these songs all the time, and going to the concerts and jumping up and down and sitting in the sun for 10 hours and high-fiving Minhyuk and Wonho, you know? Like, obviously I've embraced it, right? But I feel like it should be something I talk more about even, and embrace even more, and make be more a part of our personality of our channel. And I think it fits right into that whole BTS Love Yourself thing. So I should love the fact that, oh, lightning behind me, do you see that? I should love the fact that I'm an anomaly in this whole fandom, right? It should be a cool thing. Most of the time, like I said, I think it is. Other times I suddenly find I'm in this identity crisis where I'm like, what the heck am I doing here? So there's ups and downs. Hopefully the ups are more than the downs, and I can defend the fact that I'm here, and defend the fact that old people love it, can love anything as much as the young people can, and that it doesn't really matter how old you are, and there's not a magical number where you suddenly turn and everything's different. It doesn't happen that way. Embrace it, love it, enjoy, love yourself.